New York 2K Sports proudly brings you Knicks basketball. And the 76ers will play just this one game on the road before returning back to Philadelphia. And so here we go, the 76ers to start it. Now a look at Philadelphia's starting lineup. Brewer is out there with Sanders. Then there's Martin. Then there's Isaiah Cannon. And it's Okafor in at the center. Martin wide open. He fires. And then Okafor slams it in.
This guy is a beast on the board.
And when he gets those second chance points, he does not waste one of them.
And you know what? It's always going to be a powerhouse finish with him. We know that for sure.
It's hard to believe this, but Carmelo feels as if he's been underrated as a superstar to this point in his career. And I'm sure there are a lot of conflicting opinions on that topic.
For Carmelo, the numbers are there for him to be treated as a Tier 1 star still, I think, Clark, but it's hard to call him underrated.
Yeah, I think he'll be underrated until he's able to get to the championship round or maybe even win a ring. There's one thing that's clear, though. He's been under a lot of pressure since he's come into the league, and he hasn't been underrated in that regard.
Okafor gets the bucket.
And a sharp pass to set up that high percentage shot in close.
First quarter of play, 1 minute played. Vujacic kicks to Anthony. Steps back and fires. And Sanders pulls it down. Looking at Philadelphia, they took the win in their last game against the Los Angeles Lakers.
And the thing I took away from that one was just how valuable their guys coming off the bench were.
I thought the reserves were the difference in the game, Greg. I mean, a lot of the scoring came from the bench.
4 on the shot clock. And that is good. Sanders has got his first points of the night.
In that tight, with that much of an advantage height-wise, there's just not a lot the defense can do.
Here's Galloway. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Vujacic dishes to Lopez. Feeds it to Carmelo. Again, the miss by Anthony.
Major defensive lapse right there. I mean, he's not a player you can leave open for a jump shot. You've got to stay attached to him. They're lucky he couldn't punish them for it.
Sanders passes to Brewer. No good from outside.
That's a look you cannot pass up. It's also one you shouldn't miss.
And the rejection by Sanders. Lopez a screen. The drive by Anthony. And the dunk by Lopez.
Carmelo Anthony showing you his passing skill there.
Philadelphia's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Picked by Okafor. And Sanders kicks to Brewer. Again, Philadelphia.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
Well, guys, once again, the 76ers finished second to last in the East. Amazingly managed to win fewer games against the East than they did the year before, which was 14 wins in 2014.
Here's Vujacic. And the pass to Galloway. 5 to shoot. Lopez a screen. Baseline try. And he didn't get quite enough under that one. Philadelphia leading by 4. One thing, Greg, about Philadelphia, you talked about this. Only 12 wins for them last year against the East.
And Kevin, how about not getting a win against their own conference until December? I mean, as bad as the Sixers were last year, though, they weren't the worst. So sometimes, even for me, I still can't fathom that's the case.
And so here is New York following Kevin Martin's 3. Here's the screen. Here's Porzingis. 20 points for him last game against Houston.
Yeah, and he also did a great job on the backboard, Kev, and that also was a factor.
Galloway.
Wait,
no good. Philadelphia's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Kevin, I was able to talk with Derek Fisher for a moment. He told me it's a fun challenge trying to slow down a team that's so cagey and opportunistic offensively.
Hold me down here.
said, of course we've done our scouting, but this is the first time we've seen them firsthand this season. So it'll be interesting to see if we can take them out of their sets and slow them down at that end. Guys, they'll have to be solid defensively. Back to you.
Very good, Doris. Thanks. Well, guys, you think they'll be able to make that strategy work for them?
You know, they're a very high percentage shooting team, so he's right to focus on playing the tight D. As for whether it'll work, we'll see.
Hey, sometimes you just got to tip your hat. Even tough D can be outdone by good offense.
On defense, the Knicks. After the basket by Larry Sanders. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. Sanders has got 6.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
Well, everything's coming too easily. I mean, at some point defensively, you have to take something away.
And the Knicks decide to take their first time out here, coming into this having notched a win against the Rockets in their last game.
You know, they played well enough to win, but to be honest with you, I just felt like their opponent's defensive performance was shaky at best.
Yeah, I'd go along with that, Greg. I mean, the game wasn't handed to them, but they definitely didn't have to work as hard for it as they should have.
Anthony's checked in for New York. Vujacic comes in for Langston Galloway.
And you guys, he was once considered a tweener, but now I think Derek Williams has kind of settled in to that 4 position. Seems to be the best position fit for him at this stage of his career.
Calderon is out there with Vujacic. Then it's Anthony. Then it's Derek Williams. And it's Serafin in at the 5. That's the 5 for New York right now. Here is Sanders after the made shot from Carmelo Anthony. Sanders dishes to Martin. Williams comes with a double team. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. Last year, Williams did find a nice niche playing the 4. Still, his minutes and numbers, Clark, remain low.
Well, it's unfair because he was drafted so high, top 5 when he came out, and I don't think he'll ever live up to that draft position. The highlight dunks are great, but he's got to find other ways to continue to grow.
Catching up on the changes for New York. Robin Lopez is checked in for Kevin Serafin, and it's Porzingis in for Williams. Count the bucket.
A room service dime by Jose Calderon.
Philadelphia leading by 11. Okafor with a screen on Lopez. It's stolen by Anthony. Here's Vujacic. That's in there. Anthony with the assist.
Still trailing, but their offense is off life support here in the second quarter. It's got a pulse.
Good point, Clark. They're starting to make some shots, looking to try and get back in this one.
Now here's Sanders. He's coming off a 31-point game against the Lakers.
Yeah, but the rebounding in that game as well was just tremendous. I mean, he dominated the backboard.
Sanders inside. Lopez covering. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
Well, I know last year the Knicks seemed to me to be very passive offensively. And that can sometimes be the case when you're trying to learn the triangle offense. But they never seem to attack the rim at all.
Greg, as you mentioned, the Knicks very shy at going to the rim last year. Really could have used that dynamic among a lot of things to their game.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, think about this. The Knicks were last in the league in drives per game as a team. And so they struggled shooting when they did attack the rim, only 42%. So those areas have to improve if this team wants to become competitive.
To the paint, here's Porzingis, and he finishes nicely on the layup. Porzingis has got his first basket of the night.
Those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten in the first half here.
And I think they should continue to work the ball down low, Clark. It's really going to free up their outside shooting.
Sanders' shot is off. Knicks trail by 10. Calderon passes to Carmelo. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. That one on Martin.
And right before Carmelo went down with the injury last season, it seemed like he had added the fadeaway to his game, molded a little bit after Dirk Nowitzki.
The Knicks making a switch here. Amundsen's checked in. Now here's Sanders. 11 points in the game. That one is good. He's only missed 1 shot of his 6 taken on the floor. Carmelo's reasoning was that he had been burned enough by Dirk's fadeaway he had to adapt.
That's a great fadeaway to borrow from for sure. I mean, Melo already has a mid-range game, terrific mid-range game, and this shot makes that even deadlier.
And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. Martin kicks to Sanders. Anthony on the double team. Sanders' shot is off.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him. Excellent work there in transition.
Yeah, I think it's always better to go early in transition, to attack when it's there, because oftentimes you can beat the defense down the floor.
In the corner, it's Martin. Misses the three.
A clear look at the hoop. He doesn't miss many of those.
It's Anthony with the drive. Passes it to Porzingis. And the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a three-point play.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
And a pretty tight.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. We welcome you back to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. It's been a tight matchup so far in New York. And from what we saw so far from the Sixers, Kenny, what's your takeaway?
Well, it's tough to play on the road, and they overcame that. They were mentally and physically prepared for this game, but it hasn't been easy. They faced some intense play from a team on its home turf, but these guys didn't cave in. In fact, they fought back with some intensity of their own, successfully, in front of a very hostile crowd.
Shaq, what did you think about New York?
They played some solid team basketball, Arnie. Pretty good. They were sharing the ball. We saw some nice feeds, a lot of movement. It wasn't 5 individuals out there. It was one cohesive unit, and they got the assist to show for it. Their rhythm was nice.
And now, folks, it's just about time for the third.
Let me not be able to see. Fastest screen.
The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game.
And what a game for Sanders. He's got 13 points and 1 steal. Really dominating this game, just taking it over.
And really, the fact that he's making it look so effortless while he's doing it.
Kicking off the second half, here's Brett Brown's foul. Sanders out there with Brewer. Then there's Isaiah Cannon. Then there's Okafor. And it's Martin in at the shooting guard position. They set the screen. And Sanders, here we go. Martin dishes to Sanders.
Yeah, I got you.
Lopez over to help. Back to Martin. 6 on the shot clock. Cannon from long range. And he gets the bucket. Cannon's got the first points of the third quarter up on the board for the 76ers. Here's Galloway. He dishes it to Vujacic. Pass to Galloway. The feed to Lopez. That's good, and so Galloway with the assist. Lopez has got his second bucket of the night.
They are just killing him on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Anthony on the double team.
Oh, dang. Turn off. Get back.
And so it's New York with it.
Clearly the 76ers were the youngest team in the league last season, and with all the draft picks they've stockpiled, they'll be the youngest team for a while, it seems. But if the youth can grow and develop, they could also be a force in a few years, too.
Jose Calderon. He's checked in for Sasha Vujacic. To give you an idea of how young this 76er team is, at one point last season, Greg, Tim Duncan had more seasons played in the NBA than the entire active roster of the 76ers.
That's hard to fathom. I mean, we all know there's this youth movement going on in Philadelphia, but they still need some veterans in that locker room. Very hard for the young players to lead.
And here's Sanders. He's got 13. Okafor sets the pick for Sanders. Anthony on the double team. Sanders shot is off.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Fires for 3. That's good. And the 76ers lead is cut down to just 1 on the back.
Wait, instant replay. I didn't get that cover.
Basket from Galloway.
You know, maybe he's not one of the elite sharpshooters, but even still, that's not a shot that D can afford to give him.
And the 76ers decide to take their first time out here. Their first look at this year's New York squad.
Yeah, and they lost the season series to this squad last time around. Maybe a little extra motivation tonight to show they've improved.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. Two teams in the bottom half of the conference as far as respect goes. They're both scratching and clawing to try to get a little more of that respect.
There's a good screen. Calderon passes to Carmelo. Calderon against Martin. That's good, and the 76ers lead is cut down to just 1 on the bucket from Porzingis.
He got a little room at the rim and laid it in. Great play.
Hey guys, Porzingis was almost a rookie last season, but he opted to pull out of the early entry and wait a year for this past summer's draft. Seems to have worked out for him as far as how his draft stock has changed.
The Knicks have gone 3 of 6 in the third quarter, 50% from the field. Anthony kicks to Calderon. Here's the teardrop. Amundsen can't hit.
Well defended, though, and he's not someone who handles that kind of pressure very well.
Okafor with the screen on Anthony. And Sanders, here we go. He feeds it to Brewer. From deep. It's stolen by Calderon. Here's the dish to Galloway. New York moving the ball around. Anthony with it. Now defended by Sanders. Anthony can't hit.
It's been a real difficult game for him offensively, and it's costly.
They set the pick. Now here's Sanders. He's tightly guarded. A different look for New York. Seraphin comes in for Porzingis. And Derek Williams subbed in for Anthony. Then for the 76ers, Joel Embiid. He's checked in for Okafor. Landry comes in for Sanders. And it's Tony Roten in for Cannon. They've got Derek Williams. Kevin Seraphin is out there with Kyle O'Quinn. Then it's Anthony. And it's Admonson in at the small forward position. So that's who's on the floor for the Knicks. Outside Anthony. And it's Anthony again missing.
And being that close to the hoop, I thought he had enough room to finish that one.
Anthony against Sanders. Okafor sets the pick for Sanders. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Listen, the Knicks had a hard time scoring last year. Just lacked any real presence in the paint. And lacking that paint threat makes things easier for the opposing defense.
Catching up on the changes for New York. Robin Lopez is checked in for Kevin Seraphin. Vujicic comes in for Louis Amundsen. And Langston Galloway subbed in for Derek Williams. The 76ers also with a sub. Isaiah Cannon, he's checked in for Roten. You know, at the Knicks, they were second to last in field goal percentage from their front court. Granted, they were hit by injuries. It seemed like all over the place all season.
Yeah, you know, with that poor field goal percentage shooting and being top 3 in field goal attempts on the year, not a good combination. He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
Dishes it to O'Quinn. Anthony on the wing. To the inside. O'Quinn can't hit.
Excellent. Really solid job, actually, by the defense to get in his way as he was going up for that one.
Sanders against Anthony. And the foul on Kyle O'Quinn. That's his third foul of the game.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
Greg, no problem for me with that call. I mean, he was still sliding right there.
On defense, then
Sublime stuff, guys. Absolutely sublime.
Clark, he's going to start putting on a show now.
And that's usually how it goes. Once they get that lead, it's almost like they give him free reign.
And that replay is sponsored by Kia, the Kia Slam Cam, giving us a great look at that one. And Lopez gets it to go.
And the defense just gets caught standing around that time and giving up the second chance opportunity.
You know, that just can't happen. They need much more effort than that on the glass.
Here's Sanders. Buries the long-range jumper. Sanders has got 9 points now in the quarter.
Three-point shot has been a real weapon for them in the second half.
Yeah, they've really done a good job of creating good looks from the outside, and now they've really got it going.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Hi, guys. Over that break, I was able to catch the message Derek Fisher was giving to his team. He told them, guys, we're getting bogged down in the half court. Let's get out and run, see what's available in early offense. If there's nothing there, we can always back it out and run our sets. Good advice, Kevin.
There's the pick. To the left side wing. Here's Brewer. Here's Okafor, and there's 2 points. Working on the glass, paying off that time. And the 76ers lead by 8. For New York, they've gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the fourth quarter. Galloway kicks to Vujicic. To the middle. That one falls, coming off Anthony's feet.
That's some grit and determination in the post. Essential qualities to have late in a close game.
Exactly. This is the time to attack on the interior and convert those easy opportunities.
And Sanders kicks to Brewer. Pass to Martin. Hits it from three-point range.
And even stronger second half. Tremendous efficiency at the offensive end of the floor.
Yeah, they're in a nice zone right now, and that basket looks, you know, it can handle 2 balls at once. It looks like now it could probably, for them, handle 3 or 4 balls at once as well as they're shooting. Excellent night for Carmelo Anthony. He's got 13 points, and also those active hands of his have led to a pair of steals.
He can just change a game with his defense, and he's thrown off their rhythm completely the last several possessions.
Porzingis, he's checked in for the Knicks. Joel Embiid, he's checked in for Philadelphia. Kicks it to Sanders. From deep three-point range, and there's the goal on Joel Embiid. That's foul number 2 for him.
Wait, I see that soon, boy. Off me. There you go.
Knicks trail by 7. Now Anthony. And Embiid pulls it down.
And since halftime, he has just been ice cold. Just can't seem to get anything to go his way.
Sanders' shot is good. Sanders has got 14 points here in the second half.
Oh, man, what a shot. He hit that one from another time zone.
You just watch him pull up, always so dangerous.
New York calls timeout. They're trailing by 10. 1:44 left here in the fourth quarter.
Alright. Yeah, I see him.
Anthony drives in. Good D by Sanders.
And trying to come up with a highlight reel finish. Somebody forgot to finish it.
And there's the 8-second call as they can't get it across half court in time. Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over. They trail by 10. 1:31 left in the fourth quarter. Outside Anthony. Shoots from 12. And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him.
I mean, he was great in his last game, Clark, and clearly he has not lost that love and feel.
Martin kicks to Sanders. Embiid sets the pick for Sanders. Another three for Philadelphia.
Man, the triples keep falling, guys. That's 3 in a row.
I think they're playing too soft on the perimeter. They can't stay so soft. They've got to get up into the shooters here.
Galloway with the bucket. Now here is Martin. Sanders with the ball. 51 seconds left in the fourth quarter. To the middle, poked loose. Shot clock at 6. Taken away by Anthony. It's hauled in by the 76ers. They've led by as many as 14 points. Anthony against Sanders. Embiid with a screen on Anthony. Up top, Sanders, covered by Anthony. Fade away. Vujacic grabs the miss.
And the fadeaway was the only option he had on that one. Defender there all over.
The offensive rebound. A 3-ball. No luck.
Fellas, that's exactly the job the big guy has to do for him. Contest every rebound.
And a wide open look for Sanders. Offline. So Philadelphia wins it. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaq and Kenny the Jet. Now let's take this opportunity to check out our Jordan Player of the Game. The fourth quarter was all him. It was like he couldn't miss, and it was just one basket after another.
He was up to every single challenge he faced tonight. He was in such control of the ball game. His showcase of his skill set was awesome.
There was nothing they could do to slow him down, Ernie. Man, you go into a building on the road and completely control the action like he did. Only a few players could do that, Ernie. I'm impressed.
And folks, that's it for us. Thank you for tuning in. Always a pleasure. For Kenny the Jet Smith, for Shaquille O'Neal, this is Ernie Johnson. Have a great night.
And like and subscribe. And you guys want to see some more of me 2K16 or see a walkthrough of one of the Assassin's Creed games or similar game. See ya.